Hey all, and welcome back for another HellfireComms Patreon Quick Look. I'm quite excited for this one. Today we're going to be checking out God of War for the PlayStation 4. This was commissioned by Deimos, and I have Mexican Bass Monkey with me for this one. Hoo-hoo, let's go.
What's up, guys? So, it's released. We have our new God of War after the epic Greek trilogy. Now we're starting into the Norse mythology of the world.
I think everyone's wanted, like, Norse or maybe Egyptian, so getting one of my choices is fine, even if I don't get them all.
Dude, everyone wants Norse mythology. Isn't that what everyone wants, like, the next Sonic book thing to be and shit?
I think that chapter has well and truly passed at this point.
Thank God. Oh, we're feeling emotions. I'm sad now.
Yes, the big thing about this is there's been a lot of Last of Us comparisons, and rightfully so in some areas, probably overblown in others, but this God of War, more so than others, it goes for a much more, like, movie style of cinematic experience, rather than just, you know, fighting giant monsters and whatnot. No, now you get to quiet and contemplative scenes as well.
Well, they try to do that whole thing that Birdman did, where it's an uninterrupted take, but, you know, when you have an action game, and you lock the camera into one position, you have to make design choices for better or for worse. And I feel they made some okay decisions. And the thing I love about this game is that, you know, God of War, it's a series about family.
Yeah.
Alright?
Literally.
It has always been about family. The first game is between Kratos and his family. And, like, even if you want to look at the antagonists, Ares does have that kind of one throwaway line where the reason he even destroyed Athens in the first place is because he wanted Daddy's attention. He says, Zeus, have you seen what I've done to Athena's city? Why won't you love me? Like it's so weird that the God of War games have always been about conflicts between fathers and their sons. I mean, but that's just because mythology, for the most part, are very familial spats. So
yeah. Then we get to Oedipus, and yeah, less said about that, the better thing. I gotta say, like, it's a PS4 game, it's by Santa Monica Studios, so it might feel a bit redundant to point out how good graphically it looks, but the level of detail on Kratos' outfit and whatnot is outstanding.
I can see every wrinkle of dad on his face.
Alright, let's just get this out of the way. Dad of son, boy of war.
Boy of boy?
Watch out, son! There's a giant tree trunk coming towards you!
Watch out, Dad. There is another dad, even bigger than you.
Yes, we have a little tag-along for this particular journey. Don't worry, from all reports, he's not quite Scrappy-Doo. He's more akin to... what's a good character in video games? Oh, what's her name from the Walking Dead series?
Oh, Clementine.
Yeah.
I love Clementine. What a precious child until, you know, the zombie apocalypse decided to fuck her up mentally. But that's what it do.
Yeah, she actually became, like, better as a character as time went on. Honestly, like, say what you will about the writing of the Walking Dead video game series, but I think they did Clementine perfectly.
I've actually never seen an episode of the show. I don't really care for zombie apocalypse things, but I've played all the Walking Dead game, the Telltale games, which is super weird.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Clementine's cool. Good character. Shows that you can write good children. I always think that this kid's name's Atreyu, but that's from the Neverending Story. Is he Atreus?
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Hopefully I've got some Rito clothes, otherwise I am gonna freeze. Yes, very much an open world game is God of War PS4.
See, Kratos has idle animations, but when you're a dad, you just don't get as cold, so you don't need to shiver.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, he's covered in the ashes of his family, so he's going to be slightly warm, you know?
Remember, he had a kid before. That was always the funniest thing when people thought it was shocking, like, Kratos with child? Like, did you not play the very first game? That's his whole plot story. That's just literally his appearance is based on his child.
I think it was more Kratos with a live child, not murdered child on his hands.
Kratos, it was less like a question of why this exists, but like, why was he allowed near another child? It's like, no, you can't be within 500 feet. We know what happened to your last one. You destroyed the world for her, but then then the world didn't get destroyed, but you ended up losing her anyway, so you just got the shit lose-lose deal.
Yep, music by Bear McCreary, and I gotta say, the unveiling of God of War PS4, that's gonna get redundant, I swear, but it was amazing. Like, they had this fucking throat singer and whatnot.
Oh yeah, they did. Well, it was during a Sony presentation, wasn't it?
Yes, no, it was at the Xbox conference, mate.
I don't dude, okay. I have stopped giving a shit about E3 so many days ago. I would not be surprised if God of War got announced on the Switch, alright? This is the world we live in. Don't even play. Alright, it's E3 season. Anything can happen. But
like, it's just literally a reskin of Breath of the Wild.
I mean, you can mod it. Didn't someone do a pretty decent mod where it's Zelda?
Yes.
Like they actually included voice animation because, you know, modders are great people, and as time goes by, they will only become greater people.
I have to say, I was a little bit skeptical about, again, the more, you know, narrative-based approach, but I'm liking the long, unbroken shots so far.
I mean, it helps with the movement of the game. I guess a lot of complaints is the fact that God of War has this legacy as an action game, so I could see how just it being different alone could be seen as a negative as opposed to being simply a benign difference. It is just a transition to another genre.
I mean, it's not like it's doing anything new for video games, it's just basically swapped one camera and combat style for another, you know?
Well, don't you know, Tom? Don't you know that now that this game has been released and it's so mature, this is art, and video games are now going to be taken seriously as art, just like the last time a game was released and it was mature and it was going to change video games forever.
Look, I'm just going to say this now. I'm not dying that this is a 10 out of 10 in some people's eyes, but does every game nowadays have to be a 10 out of 10 masterpiece?
What happens is, after a certain amount of money has been put into making a game, like, stars are just awarded.
Yeah, I guess. This is a very cynical take on our part, but I guess it's also cynical in practice in the gaming industry as well. I'm getting a tiny bit of feels from this. The music is definitely helping.
It is really sad. I mean, this is the second wife Kratos has had to let go, I guess. So he's a man who knows loss. Like, let's give the character of Kratos some credit.
Yeah.
This is a man who, no matter what he has endured, who he loses, whether by his own hand or others, he just keeps going. I mean, it all ties into his stubbornness, which is, it's one of those, like, positive traits of being stubborn. It's like, yeah, you're a prick and you want to do it your way, even though most of the time it's wrong, but, you know, sometimes that good side of stubbornness in Kratos shows. And I like how this is a really good, this is completely different than the other setups we've had for God of War plots.
Yeah.
I mean, the first game, it was literally, well, what was it? You started with the tutorial with a message from the gods, because you were still their little bitch back then. And then from the second game on, it was just a continuation of, you know, now I'm mad, so I'm going to place.
Boy. Seriously?
I'm sorry.
It's like when a kid goes and just touches the grill. It's like, why did you? Now you know fire's hot. Now you've learned.
Snow. Nature's antifreeze, ironically.
This knife.
You're gonna need to put a little bit more on that if you want to stop it from blistering. That kid's gonna get, like,
Now it is yours.
it's gonna get infected, dude.
This is completely different to the E3 opening of the game. They must have tweaked it a bit, because I have to admit, the first one looked very, like, cinematic. Like, Kratos came out of the shadows. You didn't even see him up until the point where Atreus gets the knife and whatnot.
Oh yeah, weren't they doing? Well, that would be a different camera view then, wouldn't it?
No, because he was sitting down in the house. Like, the son was outside playing with, like, Norse figures and whatnot.
Gotcha.
I mean, this is just all part of the game development process. Sometimes stuff changes. It's not exactly like they were trying to trick you into making it think it looked better than it usually does. There are examples of that. I don't think this is one of them.
Nah. They probably just got feedback from that ending, you know, like, this wasn't as engaging. Or like, you know what, you are right, so let us make a more engaging intro.
Speaking of Kratos' stubbornness, he goes right from putting his wife on a funeral pyre to teaching his son how to hunt. Or I guess he could just be going out to get breakfast and whatnot.
Look, we all deal with grief in our own different ways. Sometimes the way you deal with loss is you aggressively teach your child how to kill animals.
I was trying to experiment with the buttons there, but I'm in cinematic running mode right now.
I'm in AAA mode right now. All I see are dollar signs and job cuts.
Well, this runs at 30, just in case you were wondering, because I think the console might explode if it tries to render all of this in 60.
See, what happens is you can only process so much dad in a video game. Any more and it causes it to explode.
The absolute size of this dad.
Absolute unit dad.
More tracks?
Yeah, but they're too round. Could be a while.
We're actually doing that later this year, I think, the PS4 version of Shadow of the Colossus. Completely forgot about it until just now. Alright, jump across gaps. I have no momentum. Kratos don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing that they took out the jump. Now it's all contextualized. It's like Final Fantasy X-2 platforming.
Okay, that's where the cynical part of me kicks in. They took it out because it was a bit too gamey, you know what I mean?
But you're playing a video game. I get that you want the plot to be serious, but there's essentially, you're trying to be cohesive. Yes, you want your gameplay to reflect your narrative and your narrative to enforce your gameplay, whatever, but come on, you're not going to put a jump button in a game? Why?
And you still have shiny things on the floor, so there you go. Ooh, can I jump over there? No. There was no context.
There was no context for you to jump then.
He broke our bridge.
Well, looks like it's time for me to throw a thing at a thing and open the way for another thing.
I remember this puzzle from God of War. We just used the human as a battering ram.
There you go. Alright, so even launch it using the designated FPS shoot bullet button.
Are there chest-high walls that we're gonna hide behind? No, because no dad ever hides.
There it is.
Hold.
Idiot! Stupid boy!
What are you doing?
Now, at this point in the actual original E3 demo, there was a little meter that appeared in the top left, and it seemed like the player was doing something to quell Kratos' rage, which is a thing that I kind of wish they left in the final game. It may have made for a more interesting experience.
That's so interesting, except it gives me the idea of, like, remember how Wonderful 101 had those fail cutscenes for their QuickTime events?
Yeah.
Just, you know, you fail to quell Kratos' anger, he just gets a little too mad at Atreus, and oh no, we don't want that game.
Yeah, maybe it's for the best they took that out, because you know what immediately came to mind when I thought of that?
What?
Fucking L.A. Noire, where you can back out of a thing as Cole Phelps.
Oh no.
No!
You notice that your son is lying to you. What will you do? Punish aggressively. No, Kratos, that's not the way you dad.
Oh, this actually feels pretty good. Come back to me, Axe. Where are you? There you go. Oh.
Yeah, you also want to watch out for that little triangle. Lets you know when an enemy's going to attack you from behind. A different camera angle would have helped with that too, but...
Yeah, well, they did that to make sure that your son is always in play and whatnot. I don't think I've been taught how to dodge yet, have I? Oh, yeah, I can dodge backward with Thingamabob. That's my bad. But it's okay, I have more than enough dad bod to weather a few attacks and whatnot.
This is why a dad bod is the peak form of the human body.
I'm totally sucking balls at this combat now. It's fine. This was me when I played the original God of War as well, honestly.
You would think that all the Bayonetta would have, you know, helped a little, but guess not.
Alright, so L1 is block and you get a little shield out. That's actually pretty cool.
You know, back to his old Spartan days. What kind of Spartan is without his shield?
This doesn't feel too bad, I'm not gonna lie. I think I still prefer the PS2 and PS3 series, but yeah, this isn't bad. Ah!
I like that the juggling is easy, maybe a little too easy for some people, but you know, you gotta make the combat satisfying, and honestly, with the Blades of Olympus, or sorry, the chains, it was really satisfying to just keep swinging them around and have a really long reach. Whereas the axe, you know, the juggling seems to be that satisfaction you get from it. So it's kind of fine, I guess, that they made it easy to juggle. You just smash the button.
Oh, this is neat. The bestiary is written from the perspective of the son. Mother said that Drurg were warriors who died, but their souls were too stubborn and angry to stop fighting. They'd fight off the Valkyrie that came to collect them and bring their own dead bodies back to life, warping and twisting their forms into something else. Now they're hunks of their former selves. Ooh, this is neat.
I like Norse mythology because, like all the others, it's also centered around death in the afterlife.
Hellstones. You really couldn't come up with another name for that?
No.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, it wasn't nitpick. It just kind of tickled me a little bit.
See, whereas Atreus does the bestiary, Kratos names all the items, so he just names things very basic, like round thing, rock stone.
Find and solve the 3 seals to unlock. Hello.
I love puzzles.
Come back to me. Yeah, there you go. Is that one? That looks like one. Yeah.
I like that they decided to include the only aspect of playing as Thor people want in a video game.
Yeah, pretty much. There you go.
This is basically Spider-Man web slinging it, the whole Thor hammer thing. It's great.
Oh,
if
dude.
were to ever in the future do a Thor video game, that's like the bare minimum they would have to include is the same kind of axe mechanic.
Alright, I'm gonna have to bring this up now. How do you feel about all these new, like, modern open world systems in God of War?
You mean how God of War is now Metroid?
Yeah, I guess, or just, like, find 4 doodads to bring up a hickey.
I think it's okay. Obviously, it's a departure from the original God of War, but what isn't in this? I like that since this is such a new world, like, it kind of piques your curiosity. You want to explore this, because this isn't the same locale that we've seen Kratos in before, so, you know, changing the gameplay and changing the direction that the game goes now, instead of, you know, Royale rooms, we have a bit more exploration. Sure,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
not? It all fits. Nothing feels out of place. If you look at a God of 4 by itself, everything sort of fits in place. But,
Oh, God of War. I love that.
but I don't know. I guess there is just that dissonance of the previous 5, 6, because yeah, there were 3 numbered, but it's like Kingdom Hearts. Okay, there's another list of games without official numbers filling in the rest of the canon.
I suppose there is a little bit of, like, meta-level analysis I'm doing here, and that's not really fair to the game in and of itself, but, I don't know. I'm just kind of used to stuff my way. I'll probably get used to it the more we go through the game. Okay.
I don't know, and what the game does on its own, it's doing quite well. It's just, nothing exists in a vacuum. You know, we have context for this game, so we can look at this game with that context, but we know that's wrong to judge it based on that context as well. You know, the game is its own thing, and it's a pretty good thing. I like it.
Okay, now that I'm in the thick of it, this does actually feel pretty good.
Right? All the enemies just splashing you with Tang juice.
Delicious.
You know, NASA drinks it, and Kratos soaks his son in it, apparently.
Well, how else would he become a man, you know? Get a nice bit of combo with the hands and whatnot back there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you can fisticuff when you throw the axe, because Kratos' rage knows no end. He is in no need of weapon. Kratos' body is the greatest weapon of all.
So Square doesn't seem to do anything, which I actually find quite ironic, considering what it did in ye olden times.
You're probably going to get something that fills in the slot. Because I remember that from the God of War early games too, is that like half the buttons do nothing until you get the power-ups, and they're like, oh, okay, this is Poseidon's Wrath, okay, Army of Hades.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, cool powers. I always loved Army of Hades, those was my favorite.
Drag fight. Oh, I see. As you go along and you fight more, little bits get added to the bestiary. That's cool.
As you kill more, boy has more specimens to analyze.
Alright, now you go through, and I imagine this will drop? Damn you, chain! Damn you! Oh, I see. Okay. Up there? Nice.
Good place. Clever.
I can solve puzzles. It's all good.
I've played Zelda games. I've used the boomerang.
Right, you wanted me to move forward now, is that what you're telling me? Yeah, good stuff.
Telling gameplay.
And now we're trapped. Sorry, boy. This is where we'll end things.
It's like one of us is gonna have to eat the other.
Where are you going? I think he's this way.
A moment, boy. I have collectibles.
Might as well get our boy counter started now.
He can no longer use it.
Hack silver. Interesting. Is that a real thing? Or is there ever an actual, like... You know what, I'm reading too much into this. It's fucking mythology.
I'm sure everything in this game has been a thing, will be a thing, or was a thing. Yeah, looks like a fragment or cut of silver using a bullion. So it's just bits of silver.
Cool.
Yeah, used for silver tableware in the Roman and Byzantine empires. Time appropriate.
The environments look pretty dope so far. I gotta say, I love snowy environments anyway, so maybe I'm a bit biased in that regard.
I enjoy them as well. Even though I live in the middle of the desert and must travel very far to encounter them.
Here, boy.
Did I just...
Look.
What the hell is this?
The giant wolves who chase the sun and moon.
Oh, I see. It's a convenient Norse, like, how-to in regards to mythology.
Right? Because
Something there at the end.
everything is super seeped in it, but you can't count on every player knowing it. So we gotta have some kind of primer in here. But this was always my favorite part of God of War. Like in the first games, the whole reimagining of the Greek pantheon as this brutal, like hyper-violent, just the style they went with was really cool.
Well, I mean, that was kind of them to begin with.
It was. Well, that was the best part, is that it essentially seemed like they were pulling out the gross essence of those mythologies, because it is just, they changed nothing, really.
Yeah.
You know, Zeus did kill his father because Kronos kept eating the babies. And then there's all the tales of Zeus's offsprings, the many that he just can't stop making, trying to kill him as well.
Dude cannot, like, keep it out of people or animals. He just can't do it. He has to keep fucking. He can't stop.
Like, have you ever wanted to fuck so bad you turned yourself into a cloud?
A metaphysical concept. I am the concept of a fuck.
Relax. Do not think of it as an animal.
Think of it as a Pokemon.
Target. Clear your mind.
This is why video games are art. They allow me to experience the moments I could have had with my dad, but didn't.
I had no dad, so really this is just a learning experience for me.
I thought it was super ironic that the two of us decided to do this game when neither of us had dads.
Eventually, we will all be dads of war. Okay, I can't go over there. It wanted me to go around for the cinematic experience. Cernius, I'm so sorry.
But do love the effect on the antlers, though.
Yeah. I think it starts to fade as well once the deer becomes close to death.
This is why you give it white herb, okay? Then you can use Geomancy in one move and you have +2 to all your offensive stats.
Oh, he's hesitating. Put it out of his misery at the very least.
I can't.
Oh.
Same, kid.
He doesn't yell at him. He just, like, guides the blade.
This is really important too, because he is helping him commit this violent act. Because there's going to be, later on in the game, we start to see Kratos has hard lines on what he will allow his son to do and what he doesn't want his son to do. And it is really important to notice that he helped him with this killing. Because later on, Kratos doesn't want him even remotely trying to do certain killings. And it makes sense. Because this is... Oh, the awkward can't touch. Air hand.
There was a bit of back and forth between both of them there, which I really liked. Was this motion captured? It seems like it was.
I feel like in the age of Uncharted, post-Uncharted games, yeah, it's gotta be motion capture at some level.
Oh, we got an ice giant, my friend.
I mean... Yeah, I've seen a Marvel Thor movie. There's ice giants.
Oh, shut up, you. Oh, okay. Yeah, you just hold on there. Like, the world isn't actually ports, it's just hidden behind a menu right now. Press square to command him to shoot arrows.
There you go.
Okay.
There's a boy button.
That's what the button does. Okay, arrows recharge, so you'd have to waste time picking stuff up and whatnot. Shoot, boy! Yeah!
Okay, tell me when to shoot.
I love the final boss fight of Spirit Tracks.
Shut up! Ah.
Music's not nearly as good, but damn, it still feels great.
1 second, throwing axe at guy.
I like how they also gave Atreus context lines. I guess he'll warn you of actual enemy attacks, especially the ones from behind, but that's what your little red triangle, that's what your psychic powers are for.
Okay, I just gotta slash him more. Oh god! I'm getting really scared here because shit like that's gonna happen when I just eat shit.
Well, if you dodge at the last second, time will go really, really slow.
Alright, now we back off because I was pushing my luck there. Fire! Bring him down!
Distraction! I need a distraction!
You motherfucker, that is my boy! He is god of boy!
We love our boy so much.
Okay, doing okay so far, I think. Ah!
This boss fight's going really well. Remind us to reward our boy later with cookies and milk.
Ye old... Not... Well, yeah, I guess it would still be Spartan cookies. We'll get some health over here. So I can continue to tank shots and whatnot. Thankfully, Atreus doesn't seem to have a health bar, so that's good for me. Just keep shooting him.
Could you imagine if the whole game just ended up being this really horrible escort mission? Like, they were just a little too inspired by Resident Evil 4?
Yeah. No. These dodges, though. Okay, let's just back up a little bit here.
I love when a slow, lumbering enemy takes on a slower, more lumbering enemy.
Uh-huh.
It's like no one invested any of their points into agility because fuck it.
Alright. Doing okay so far. Haven't taken nearly as many hits as I thought. I'm slowly coming to grips with like the control scheme and whatnot. It's all good.
Remember, you can always use boy as a distraction.
No worries, mate. No worries. Just let him do his designated 3-hit combo. Well, 4-hit combo. He is exceeding parameters.
He just keeps hitting that 5 A auto combo. God, this is what happens when you play people online.
Where's the quick time event coming up? I need this.
Where's the giant flashing button over his head that lets me know I've won the game?
I'm very panicky during live playthrough, so this shall be fun.
So we're ending this the Thor way?
Pretty much.
Cool. We start playing the Immigrant song and just fist punch him right in the face.
Oh, that ending is pretty great.
I love Thor Ragnarok. I like how Norse mythology has been pretty good lately. I mean, the Thor movies got good because that second one was a little iffy there. And then we have Dad of War.
Yeah, I'm kind of sucking complete dicks here, but I will avenge myself.
That's what having a child is for, is to compensate for your failures as a parent.
I guess so. Oh, here we go.
It's not nearly as expressive as it used to be. Remember when it was just giant and spinning and on fire? Because, you know, who hasn't set a PlayStation 3 controller on fire?
There you go. There'll be many more like this, but this was my first.
There's our daddy. Alright, calm it down.
Boy, look at me. Look at me, boy.
He's dead. You did a good job, but I actually did most of the damage on his health bar.
To be fair, Atreus did take most of the hits. So, give props to the kid. His endurance is off the charts. Almost superhuman.
Huh, it's almost like he's some kind of god. Are we some kind of god of war?
What? No. That would involve going against the gods, and the whole Norse pantheon is they're all good and fine. There's no reason.
So, he took the deer, so does that mean we're eating the troll now?
In a long time.
Where you only kill to eat, and that thing's dead. So, burgers on you?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have troll burgers.
Kratos, you can't... Oh, okay, disappeared into Norse fire, so I guess we're not eating regardless.
Oh, it went into the live stream. God damn it.
There you go. Yeah, whole lot of boosting up walls and whatnot. Let's see. Kill 3 trolls to get a bronze. Alright, sure.
Oh, I forgot that they added these special missions to change up your gameplay.
Are these ice giants? Is that strictly what they're called? I'm not... No, it's just a troll. Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll get to the giants later on. The God of War games have always been pretty good with their scope. It's always gone in the correct direction. It hasn't always been a straight crescendo, because God of War 3 starts when you're climbing up Olympus, and then they're like, no, wait, we're gonna send you back to Hades again.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now it feels like a God of War game.
I've wanted to feel so visceral for so long.
Oh, no.
Remember when that was like the key word for any time they were like PRing God of War games? It's visceral gameplay, and then all of a sudden God of War comes out and it's emotions and slow. But yeah, nothing wrong with it. Just it's just so weird, guys. The tonal shift.
Yeah, if things change over time, I suppose.
Well, I mean, and there are still hints of it in the game. Like, just these takedowns are still, I would still describe them as visceral. They still feel meaty and violent.
Yeah. Like, the feel of the game isn't too different. It's like maybe a little bit slower and a bit, you know, I don't want to say clunky, but heavier. But, oh, can I jump up this? Yeah, there we go. Woohoo.
Yeah, definitely heavier in terms of, like, weight. Kratos feels heavier in this game. Then again, in other games, he had wings. Wings of the gods.
Yeah, oh, let this be a lesson. Don't fuck with me. Yeah.
See, these are all the kids that called Atreus a bad word on the playground, so it's time to bust some ass.
Yeah.
Time to kill everything.
This ain't gonna be like a perfect quick look. I think you should have realised that by now, but I'm doing my ding-dang diddly best. Oh, what are you?
So now that Kratos has been dubbed a great dad of media, what are some other great dads? I've always been fond of dads such as Homer.
Ethan Mars.
Ethan Mars is a good dad.
Alright, so maybe get rid of the axe and just go for like punches instead? Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, I forgot didn't they do a thing in this game where some of the enemies can only be hurt by certain weapons?
Yeah, I mean that's not, you know, a new thing to God of War and whatnot, it's just how it...
Oh, no, they always did that thing. It's like they had to force you to use Artemis's sword.
Kill 75? God, I only just killed 1.
There's not even that many.
Right, we'll get there. And we'll get there. I think we'll get back to the house and that'll do it for the quick looks. We got other stuff to record today. To me! Shazam!
And that's basically a good cutoff point too, you know. We get this whole setup, we see Kratos and Atreus' relationship, we get basically the inciting action, the mom dying and the mom's funeral.
Yeah.
So, this was a really good intro to the game. I like all of this setup. It's very effective at introducing you to the game, to the combat, to the characters, the dynamics. Like I said, it's just really, there's something just so off-putting about this game, knowing its legacy. But the game itself is very well made.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad.
Like, I'm not the greatest at it so far, but I think practice will make perfect in the end. I think it was just mostly the camera that was giving me a bit of jip during the combat.
And a lot of these games, they do get more fun later on when you get more moves, more powerful moves, when you start actually upgrading yourself and your combat isn't as basic. 'Cause that's the other thing too, is that tutorial combat always feels awkward just because you're only given the basic tools. So Now we gotta feel sad again.
What do you think about Dad Kratos just in terms of design?
I like him. I like how essentially, you know how when they make certain action figures, they'll make certain action figures with battle damage? I like that this is battle damage Kratos.
Yep. Mm.
Both physically and emotionally.
Oh, he's finally letting all it out.
Well, he's always let it out. He used to always let it out in screaming and getting vengeance and throwing himself off cliffs. Now he doesn't have those options because now there is a child present. So he has to find new ways of processing all his trauma. Because that was always his whole thing. He's haunted by memories of all the peoples he's killed, even though he made the shitty deal with Ares. And therefore he said any price. And Ares was like, okay. And he took his family. And then that random oracle was like, alright, now you're going to have to wear the ashes. So
Use it.
I like new Kratos. It's just so weird.
I haven't been sick in a long time.
That was his process. His process was, I've done so many bad, awful things, I'm just going to keep getting angry. And now it's something completely different. So, it's cool. It's definitely a way to make a character interesting.
I want you to try and hit me, boy. Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Ow!
He just smacks that shit away. No.
Why are you doing that?
Too slow. Try again.
This is such a dad thing.
Cut it out.
Stop me from doing it.
Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again.
Loser.
It's literally like one step above why are you hitting yourself.
There you go, get up.
Your anger. You can get lost in it.
I like this, actually, this angle. Because he's been there. He knows this shit.
And you, Atreus,
Right?
are clearly not ready.
Kratos has some hard lines. He'll help you murder your food, but you better control your anger, because anger doesn't do shit. I mean, it helps you kill the entire religion of a region. That's gotta count for something, right? But yes, anger leads to nothing.
I know who you are.
What's going on? Do you know him?
More importantly, I know what you are.
This is going to be comical, isn't it? I bet you anything this is going to be a bait and switch.
There.
Is it Ball? Or not Ball.
Talking about.
Who's the one dude that has like the mistletoe?
I don't know, actually. I know bits and pieces of the game's story, but I don't know, like, character names and whatnot.
See, I don't know too much of it in the character of this in this game context. I know it actually is like the Norse mythology thing that someone has a mistletoe issue. Balder, that's it.
Yep.
Ah, I wasn't even trying to allude to the actual character. Fuck.
You're definitely the one.
You... Look, buddy, I just burned my wife. I'm not ready for a new relationship yet.
You want.
It's like, you got cool tattoos, I got cool tattoos. How about we trade each other's numbers, get each other's guy to do some collaborative work?
You should move on.
Are we going to end on a boulder fight?
It's a beard off. Here's what happens. You just stand there, get as manly as you possibly can, and just grunt until you can grow the biggest beard in, I don't know, 10 hours. 10 hours. Grow.
Like a coward.
That's how people handled things back in the old days. Plundering villages was like a myth. Turns out everything was settled with beard offs.
I mean, fair play. He is pretty much threatening Kratos' family here. Oh no, you done fucked up now.
Now he's done more than threaten.
Leave my home.
You are going to have to kill me for that to happen.
Alright, slice.
I was gonna say, this is the longest I've ever seen Kratos just stand in one place without pulling his weapons out.
I warned you.
Finally.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
You would not listen.
What, you regretting it now? Sorry, stranger whose name we revealed, not knowing who was behind the door.
I'm honestly surprised Kratos' house isn't booby-trapped. He seems like he would be that kind of paranoid recluse that would have, you know, just traps all of these trees just armed, and he tells, boy, pull the lever, and just whoosh, Balder ends up getting slung, like flinged way across the field. It would have been great.
How incredible.
And I really thought that was kind of the direction they were gonna go, and I'm glad they didn't, where it was gonna, you know, oh, Kratos is the bronze and his son will be the brains. But no, they're both kind of just the people.
Yeah, I'm fucking ready for this. Shazam! Yeah, back to me. Whoa, this is. I haven't actually seen a lot of the combat, so I'm kind of impressed by this.
Holy shit, man!
Nope, nope.
Every tree is destructible. All the environment.
Yeah. Oh, feels good. Got him in a combo. Where is he? He had a bit of a flash step back there. That was pretty cool.
Nice. When do we get to the god that stops time?
Is there such a one in the Pantheon?
I have no idea. You know, I'm that guy who decided to talk over God of War without knowing all my Greek or Norse mythology.
Don't worry about it, mate. Is there a run button? I'm not entirely sure yet. Oh, press L1 to block. Are you being patronizing? Ooh, we're gonna take this slow now. We're gonna take this slow.
I don't think he's gonna be taking it slow.
Okay, so he has a 2 to 3 hit combo.
Oh, it's just the Norns. Okay.
Ooh. Was I supposed to not win this fight? Because that looks pretty climactic.
That was so badass. Well, I like how it was one of those old quick time takedowns, except against you.
Why are there two beds in
My wife! My wife!
Keep punching. We're in mourning. We're not processing our emotions correctly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boy. Oh, he suplexed him! This is so much better than I expected, honestly. Oh, you done woke up the beast now!
This is like watching wrestling.
Fuck you! I'm okay with this. I'm very okay with this.
This is really nice. Well, just because the violence seems justified too. Kratos has been repressing. He's been dad for way too long that it's time to let the God of War out.
Oh no, he healed himself. Yep.
You talk.
If we hadn't given away his name, you could probably guess that. Yeah, this is. I think Baldur is one of Odin's sons, right?
I don't know.
Well, wait until the end of the part, and maybe I'll be able to lead into another explanation about it.
Yeah, no, he's son of Odin. Guess so. And the goddess Frigg.
Motherfucker! Yeah, that's right. Good job we live in a place with a lot of trees. Beep beep!
Every tree is destroyable. You ever been so mad at someone that you suplex them, then suplex a tree onto them, then suplex them into a tree? Kratos has.
Oh yeah, super mode activate. Oh, this feels good.
Is it still called Spartan Rage?
Yep, Spartan Rage.
Good.
Be bad. Be very bad.
Hulk Smash. You know, I could see a Hulk game play this way.
Okay, I'm out of Spartan Rage mode now.
I was kind of shitposting when I said a Thor game would work, but nah, I think a Hulk game could work this way. You just have to make buildings really teeny tiny.
Oh, you will not get Son of Dad.
What? Speaking of Son of Dad, where's he at? Shouldn't he be helping?
I don't know. He could probably come out in a second, I suppose.
Have you pressed the boy button lately?
It's giving me a reticle, but nothing else. Oh shit.
Ah, he's probably busy. He's in his room listening to angsty music. It's okay. Give him time. He needs space.
Oh yeah, we're done here. Whee! So long, Gay Bowser! Teach you to fuck fucking lower the price and value on my home. Yeah, that's right.
Man, those takedowns.
Have a nap. Alright, I'm into
Drop
this now.
a building on your boy. Done.
Oh, jeez. I'm not dead. I'm still under here.
Top 10 saddest anime deaths.
Norse anime.
You know, that was about 20 times more effective than the shit they did when they put you in Poseidon's point of view. Nah, that was way better. More pillars being dropped on people, please. That's A+ gaming.
I know Brick kind of had a problem with the gods in this game being portrayed as like just like superheroes, but this is actually kind of effective to start the game with a one-on-one sort of go.
Baldur is also kind of one of those proto-hero things. Like, it's not that they act like superheroes, it's that superheroes act like the Mist, and kind of vice versa.
I can't feel any of this.
Ooh. That's sadistic as hell. That's actually kind of sick. I like it. Man, the Greek gods didn't really get too much personality either. Hades was just mad. He didn't even really get time to have a character. He was just mad that you wiped out already half his family by the time you got to him in the series.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, I'm not noticing any means of dodging here. Can I speed up at all? No.
No, this is plot. You are having an emotion right now.
I'm coming. Ooh, I'm coming.
When I get up there, I'm gonna punch you so many times in the face.
Boy, I hope you've gone to the secret cellar, because this is going to be really awkward if you didn't.
Nothing. But you feel everything, yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother. Giving me what I wanted, it wouldn't have ended this way. But
Not really follow you, but you missed, so whatever. How many phases does this fight have?
As many as it takes for Kratos to get all of this pent-up frustration out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I feel like these guys could have a really good, like, buddy situation going on. Just every time Kratos gets mad, he calls Baldur over, just vents and screams. It's like therapy, but with more trees being suplexed. More axes to the face.
Yeah, boob. I'm really feeling it now, mate. I'm feeling it. Where are you?
Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Nope. Ow.
I really like the snow effects, too.
Just trying to build up my my rage at the moment, I suppose. My turn, you mother... This is so cool. Nope. Nope. Oh. Well, that's what you get when he comes in from out the camera's view, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a shame that they gave a character a move where he just gets out of the camera. Gets to a point where you can't even point the camera in his direction and then slams into the field.
Dude, I'm not feeling any of this. Like, lol, you mad? You mad, Greek bro?
Go to sleep. Shut up. Go to sleep.
Oh, this is how we got Artrius to go to sleep.
I'd hope that you, of everyone I faced, would finally make me feel something.
Aww.
Again, this could have all have been solved instead by just two gentlemen sitting in front of each other growing their beards out.
Basically. Whee!
Bye. This would be the part where, like, little orbs would float out from that chasm and you would be awarded 10 dad points.
Okay, maybe some gamey stuff taken out was for the best then.
It was always the best too in the old games. Like after the cutscene, you'd rip them apart, and all of a sudden, the rainbow of orbs would start floating to you.
I'm coming, boy. By the gods, I'm coming.
Was he? He knew me. Did he know my past?
Did he know my many sequels, some of which were actually pretty good on handheld?
Did he know about me, my wife, my daughter, my dead daughter, my brother? Remember that he's a super important character as well?
Ready to carry your ashes
Also, it's a ritual, and he's not ready to go to the mountain. Okay. Come on, Kratos, you've shrugged off worse than this.
Although I do like how climbing a mountain, that's basically just the plot of God of War 2 as well. You're trying to get up the Fates mountain.
Basically, yeah. I love God of War 2. We have a full playthrough of that on the channel. Actually, that was me, Helldragon, and Richie, so give it a watch.
Good times. I remember the old what was it? First couple parts of God of War 2.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Man. Memories.
But we cannot stay here.
Yeah, maybe it's time to find a different house.
Maybe one made with bricks.
I swear, if I open there's some boulders there, I'm gonna pitch a shit fit.
Boy.
There was so much. I thought.
No, I'm good.
You're alright.
I pushed the boy button. I pushed the boy button.
And you
Where
were
were
there.
you?
When I needed an arrow, were you there? Were you there? No.
We are leaving.
I don't think this camera angle's gonna break, so we may have to just force a stop point at some point. Like, I keep waiting for it to go to a save screen or something, but it's just not gonna happen.
Nope. This game is too cinematic for our quick look.
Yes, sir.
Great way to end it, though. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I struggled a bit with the mobs, and especially with that troll, but that boulder fight was really good.
Right? I never felt so good watching someone else play a game where they were punching the shit out of somebody.
Drop the title! Do it! That would break the camera angle, and we can't actually have that. The journey begins, but for us, Kratos is back. Literally, it's Kratos is back. But yeah, that was God of War PS4, guys, and yeah, I think playthrough confirmed. What do you say, Maxi?
Let's do it. I'm gonna have to brush up on my Norse mythology, but I swear, guys, I'll have it all locked down. We'll be good to go.
Coming very soon, by the way, probably next week from the time this goes up. So, yeah, I'll get into all the menus and whatnot then. Thank you, Demos, again for commissioning this. If you guys want your own quick look, check the site. There should be some more quick look slots available right now. Every penny goes to help pay for the game and the co-comms wage and such. And, yeah, we'll see you next time for another HellfireComms Quick Look. Bye-bye.